Can you put? Do you have to drink it?
No, I don't have
No, we can put it down. Mine's the larger one.
I feel like here I can see. I can put it down over there. It's fine. They don't have to sit there holding their coffees.
Okay, good.
Well, to decide if they want to allow people to come into their business or not. But I also believe that we have the right to carry firearms to protect ourselves. So if a company chooses to not respect our right to carry in their establishment, we'll take our business elsewhere. And I'm sure there are a lot of other restaurants that would love to have us there and take our money.
But do you have concerns that it could this may just be the start of it? You know, like there could be more companies that are going to be doing the same thing.
There definitely could be more companies that do it, but I don't think it's going to be an overwhelming avalanche of companies that do it. There's going to be that one that chooses not to, but besides the fact that some people respect our rights, there's, from a marketing aspect or a business aspect, there are people that will realize that there are a lot of gun owners out there that will enjoy going to their establishments if they support our rights.
Oh, what do you think?
I agree. I respect their property rights, but at the same time, it's a supply and demand thing. If they want to tell us that we can't frequent Pete's while we're carrying, then I'm going to take my business elsewhere. And I would like all other gun owners to know that as well, so they can make their decision on what establishment they choose to give their money.
Do you think it's a sizable number that could make a dent out of a company's bottom line?
Well, yeah, there's millions of firearms in the United States. So even if there's not as many in the Bay Area, across the country, there's going to be lots of firearm owners that may be upset about Pete's decision and CPK's decision not to allow us to enter their property.
Are you hoping that gun owners don't go there?
I wouldn't say that. I think they need to make their own decision. I respect their, like I said, I respect their property rights, and
But that's the risk they take.
that's the risk they take. I can take my business elsewhere, just like they can say I can't frequent their establishment.
Are you worried that more businesses will be doing the same thing? I mean, do you feel though? I mean, does it hurt your feelings? Do you feel alienated? You know what I mean?
No, I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but I mean, I do think less of Pete's now that they don't respect my rights. But like I said, I'll just travel to other businesses, and if certain businesses decide not to allow me to carry there, then I'll have to make a decision on whether or not I'm gonna continue to buy from them.
Yeah, same question. Does it hurt your feelings?
I have a pretty thick skin. I don't think it necessarily hurts my feelings, but from a rational standpoint, I will understand what they're doing, and I will make a rational decision to not frequent them and to tell people that I'm associated with not to frequent them too. Whether it's family members or friends, I'll tell them, if these people don't respect my rights or rights of others, perhaps you should look into another business.
Why do you have to exercise this?
Nobody has to exercise their rights. We have the choice. We have the choice to. Now, Second Amendment rights are very important to me. I've pursued, concealed weapons permits in the past. I've been granted concealed weapons permits from other states. Yet, California, the state that I've lived in all my life, chooses not to allow me to carry a concealed weapon. So, under the way the law is written right now, this is the only opportunity that's available to me to protect myself. And, quite honestly, up until 2 months ago, I didn't even know that this was available to me. I was always lied to by law enforcement, or people just kind of told the half-truths and all that. But when I found out the truth, I said, well, if I had known this 5 years ago, I would have been doing it 5 years ago.
Do you understand why people would have concerns? Like just people just in Starbucks seeing you guys walking around?
From an intellectual standpoint, I understand the theory behind it. But I also understand that a lot of people going about their daily lives act emotionally and irrationally. And if they were to stop and think about exactly what's going on, the firearm in my holster is not going to jump out and attack anybody. The only time that this firearm is going to leave the holster is if somebody is endangering my life or somebody in the immediate vicinity's life. If they were to understand that, they would be more than happy probably to have me around.
Your thoughts?
The same thing. I mean, could you repeat the question?
Do you understand how people could be alarmed when they see you carrying a gun?
I think a lot of that is due to they haven't been exposed to firearms for them. I think as more and more of them know about their rights and our right, all of our collective right to bear arms, I believe that they won't be as nervous about it. In other states, it's not uncommon to walk into a store and see 3 or 4 people carrying. In Arizona, Nevada, loaded open carry is legal. There's no chaos. People understand that. They recognize that that's a right, and they're not concerned about it. A car is a dangerous.
Do you need to? I mean, we're in East Bay. I mean, this area is really safe. Do you need to walk around like that?
Well, I don't think anyone knows that they're going to be a victim in advance. I mean, it can happen anywhere at any time. There's still crime in San Ramon. I don't personally live in San Ramon. I live in Hayward. There's lots of crime in Hayward, San Leandro. So I feel that I need to do it, but also it is my right to carry. And the fact that it's open is only because this is the only way that I can legally carry. Like I can't get a concealed carry permit from Alameda County. It's almost impossible. Generally, you have to be very well connected or rich and famous to get a concealed carry permit. So if the sheriff decided to issue me a concealed carry permit, then I would definitely consider concealing, and then people wouldn't be scared.
So we talked to one guy who's like, "You're never gonna lie. Why do you really want to
I live in the city of Fremont. When I was growing up, when I was in high school, we were the safest city in the nation for a city our size. Now I open up the paper every day and I hear of people being mugged on the way from the grocery store to their car. And I've talked to Fremont Police Department officers about this. And they say that it's definitely a trend that's on the increase. It's not something that's just in my imagination. There is an actual crime increase that's been going on in the city that I've grown up in my entire life. Now, I agree, it's not Iraq that I'm living in. But even if the chance were minuscule, even a small chance, I want to be able to protect myself if something were to happen.
Any other thoughts? Just to show us probably, and we won't get shots of you.
Well,
And do you carry your holsters all the time?